I'm here to eat bugs and party, and I just found a lot of bugs.
Hello. How are people? Chat Coach, you're here to eat bugs? This is officially a bug eating party. Yeah, Tuesday bug eats. Looks like I've got my screen imbalanced properly, my game here. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I had to resize everything, and it looks like the bottom's still a little blown out, so we need to bring this down just a little bit. There we go. And center that somehow. How do we center that? That looks about center. It has been a heck of a day for me. So let's bring this in a little bit. We don't need to have so much excess off the edge. This game's in 4x3, so it likes to behave strangely. I've got a cat screaming at me from the other room, just on the stairs going, "Meow! Meow!" Oh, it's been a day. I spent all day chasing my tail on a stupid issue, and found out that someone did something they weren't supposed to, didn't tell anyone that they were doing it, and it has caused a whole bunch of problems. So, it has been that kind of day for me. But I'm glad I finally get a chance to stream again. I am tired of not being able to stream because of work or whatnot. So, without further ado, how about we stop this this moon music, which is really not as melodic as I had hoped it would be. It has been a day. Oh my goodness! Georgia Wings! Georgia Wings! No, this, I originally launched this game, or started streaming before I changed the game, and I updated it, so it should be saying Pokemon now. If it's not, then that's a problem. But let's get this unmuted. You ready for ear blasting and Meowth? The most evil of Pokemon. Ready for some ear-blasting Pokemon music? Because I hope you're ready for this. It's shopping music! We got to shop. It's shopping time. Pokemon? Excuse me? A Pokemon? Are you a bleb? Are you talking about the Pokemon? The Bokies? Papega. Franker Z? No. I can't even remember. It's been a minute since I've tuned into those streams. Alright. We were in the middle of this department store. Oh yeah, and there's a gym in this town, isn't there? Yes. We might be in for a full stream tonight. Well, of course we're going for a full stream, but Franker Z? No, Franker Z is one of the emos, but that's Monka S. That's what it is. Papega Monka S. Smooth Brain Bleb. Oh! Oh, it looks so bad whenever I go down. It looks like that on my screen too. For whatever reason, it's got this big black bar at the bottom. And at the top, Evolution Zone. Monka S. I think it's a capital S. Peepers, Yeppers, or Nodders, and Nopers. Oh! Where do you think a sailor like me could get an item to make battles more hairy? Barbershop? Nodders. Sailor Edmund. You could probably use a link cable. That might help you here. Oh, also, I thought it was all caps for Nodders. Maybe I may not be subscribed to it properly either. I just know that that's part of the Bleb community's things that they normally say and type. I wanted to point out here though that I had not realized that my headphones have not been charging. They are wireless headphones since it's been more than the weekend, and they were actually left on, but they have a software shut-off thing. But I put them on the dock here just before I started streaming and checked, and they're at like 50%, so they should be good to make it through the stream. If for whatever reason...
This is all very Pog my Nodders friends.
Yep, Nodders in the chat. Sorry. If my headset dies during this, I'll be ending the stream early, and I'll let Chat Ghost announce that. But we should be enough. We should have enough juice to get through this. We are going to Dragon Claw for stab. Oh, it missed. Oh, I missed. Fruit Loop! Imposter Fruit Loop. Hyper Voice. Ooh. Is this... It's not Boom Burst. A horribly loud sound.
No, I was wrong about the timing. My headset just died and I'm ending the stream. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. See you Friday at 5:30 Eastern Time.
No, I'm still talking. You can still hear me. But it will be a message like that. Trying to sabotage me, y'all the worst. I'm gonna start putting clowns on everything. We're gonna have Clown Ghost. Have I watched any Sailor Moon Crystal last night? No, I have not watched any Sailor Moon. Full stop. What did I do last night? Last night was Monday night. You streamed. I can't remember what I was doing. I've gotten to the point where I'm thinking about work all the time now. Like, the only time I get to play games is on stream anymore. 90 special attack? Nah, this isn't this dude, unfortunately. This is a physical attacker who wants repeating moves. So... Oh, but you did. Please go on. Please go on. Tell us about this. I did finish, though, many weeks ago. I say many weeks, but, you know, basically the week that it came out, the new season, the last part of the new season of Stranger Things. And, Saturday night? No, Sunday night? Maybe it was Sunday night? I can't remember. I finished watching Season 2 of The Witcher. But please, tell us about Sailor Moon. What is Usagi up to? Yeah, stop learning Hyper Voice. I do not care about Hyper Voice anymore. Vaporeon? Yeah, this is a ground type. I'll switch. We'll switch to Paloo! We are going to discharge. I've been watching Netflix Witcher. I watched the first season back whenever it first came out, and I just never bothered to watch the second season. I had a few gripes with one of the characters. I just really couldn't just be bothered to finish it. But then the other day I said, you know what, I'll do it. And I watched it, and my gripe still holds true. It was fun though. I enjoyed the season, and No major complaints other than the one character. And, well, except for the ending of the season, I get what they're doing, and it makes sense for what they're doing. I'm just a little opposed to it. I know that sounds vague as hell, but I'm trying not to spoil things for anybody. You finished book 2 of the Bleach novel? Nice. How many books are there? Did you ever get your waifu? Is your waifu in the books? Is your waifu better in the books? Throw a rock at it. Whoa! Critical hit Hydro Pump took me out, huh? Way to go for Porygon. Did not expect. You got me. You got me. You're almost done with Season 1. Sailor Moon's analogy for God, and the transformation sequences can be linked to transcendental states of enlightenment or ritual purity in which one draws power through proper belief. And this essay, oh no. No, not an essay. I will not be reading any essays on stream. Forgot the way the season ended. Which season? Or the Witcher season? It set it up for another Witcher season. I was really hoping that they would tie up the plot line nicely, you know? Like, you know, tie all the threads together, put a bow on it, and finish the story. But they're dragging it out onto more for another story. So it's... Yeah, I kind of get it. Like, sure, more Witcher, fine. But also, like, this story should be done. But it's not. There are 3 to this story, then 3 more for another story. My waifu is a main character in this one, and no, I still don't have her in game. Boo! Well, you'll get her eventually. Hey, Kanaglog Game Adventure Experience. There are, transformations go from CGI to hand-drawn in Season 3. And the movies, it looks so good. So good! Sorry, that voice is from Homestar Runner. So good is a line that they use in one of the skits. For Teen Girl Squad! So-and-so! What's her face? The ugly one! Or, cheerleader! So-and-so! What's her face? The ugly one! That's what it is. That's what it is. Make room for Psychic? Heck yeah! The premier Psychic type move? This attack does physical damage. Well, I guess we get rid of confusion. That's the end of that. CGI is okay looking, but not great enough to justify it. The practical effects and the costuming of the monsters in The Witcher Season 2 was really good with. It was really good. I was surprised how well they put in the monster costumes and the CGI for some of the monster costumes too. It was really cool. I remember like analyzing one of the scenes and being like, wow, I can tell where the CGI and where the physical effects are different, but they're very well blended and it works very well together. Which character do I have a gripe with? I agree, I think the show is still fun enough and you enjoy watching it and hope they continue making it for a little while longer. Yeah. The character I have a gripe with is Yennefer. Yennefer... Hello, Bimo. I have been blessed by a Bemo, while the other cat is remaining to stay on the stairs and cry. He's been a very vocal boy today, Lolo has been. Bimo's been a good cat. Bimo's behaved cat. I have a problem with Yennefer. Her character motivations change per episode. And this happened in Season 1, and it happened again in Season 2. Not as badly in Season 2, but it still happened. To start off, you know, she wants power. I get it. Everybody wants a little bit of power, and it's a great motivator for characters and villains and whatnot alike. But then she gets power, and she's like, I want to have a baby. I get it, right? You got the thing that you wanted, now you want something else. But she never settles for anything. Or she never is happy with what she gets, or even gets what she's after. So it becomes this cycle of, I want power, I want a baby, I want power, I want Geralt, I want a baby, I want power, I want love, I want a baby, I want Ciri, I want power, I want Geralt, I want love, I want power. And just episode by episode, whatever her motivation is and whatever it is character she's talking to is on a different subject each time, right? So there's just not a whole lot of consistency other than she doesn't have what she wants, and the writing of it is, right, you can want lots of things, but the writing needs to be a little less ADD about her motivations, I think. You agree with me about Yennefer? Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who sees that. Now, as for the acting, no problem at all. They do a great job. Like, I don't have any complaints there. The CGI practical effects meshing with what they did for that one episode when they're in their friend's house was great. Yes! That's when I first noticed it. Be like, oh, there is something going on here. And then again, whenever they're dealing with the Leshy in Kaer Morhen, the castle. I don't want to give away plot points, but when they're dealing with that Leshy, that one also really stood out. That they did a great job. She's a scatterbrain? No, they play up her character too much to be a scatterbrain. Why did I do this? I haven't even healed. This sword doesn't have anything to make my neck smooth, so I'm going to take out my frustration on you. Excuse me? No, because they talk about what a brilliant person she is and how she's learned the art of state and politics and subterfuge and making people want what you want and making it think it's what they want and things like that. Like, you can't be a scatterbrain and have command of those skills. Like, you can't memorize basically every magical spell ever in a language you don't speak and still be a scatterbrain. Like, that just doesn't line up for me. The flying type and the fighting type, this is the wrong matchup. We're going to throw out... Gdoglog. That's weird. I thought wearing a bikini gave more armor. You have the bikini version, she's just not as strong. Oh. No, bikinis actually make you weaker, but they are just as powerful armor as anything else. High int stat, dump whiz stat. Well, she's not a strengthy person either, and she's not a constitution-y person either. So what? She's got high int and dump all other stats except for charisma. High int, high charisma, dump everything. I'm not gonna get to go first, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Oh my god, I did get to go first. Suck it, Halucha. Suck it, Chalupa. Okay, if I get a Halucha, I'm naming it Chalupa. And also, Halucha is a Pokemon I've wanted to have on a team for a long time, but it just never makes the cut, or I find it in time. I think it'd be cool to feature Halucha. Roughneck Luke. Dark is good against Psychic, I'm pretty sure. Let's double check. Let me think on that one. Yeah. Psychic doesn't do anything to that. Did you watch that Witcher anime movie? I did not. I found out at the end of the Witcher season that they have other IPs in the Witcher universe. So I need to give that a check. And honestly, I kind of prefer animation over live action anyway. Just my preference. So I'll give it a look. Do you have a name for it, or do you know if it's on Netflix or something? So I can check it out. Fighting is good against Dark, isn't it? Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. We're gonna break your bricks! More break bricks! You prefer Muppets to animation personally? Hey, that's fine. Oh, I learned a wonderful little detail about Oscar the Grouch the other day. That the Muppet for Oscar the Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf on Netflix. I will definitely check that out. I will add that to my list. Oscar the Grouch, the Muppet, has never been cleaned and never been washed. Well, the remade version of it, because season 1 of Sesame Street, Oscar the Grouch was orange, and in season 2 they changed him to be green, and the reasoning was that he went to the green bog, and like the Great Green Bog or whatever, and took a dip and he turned green, and he hasn't taken a bath since to wash it off. That's the reasoning behind it. But the actual puppet itself, the Muppet, has never been cleaned or washed either. And that was at the Muppeteer's choice, because he felt it wasn't true with the character to have a clean Oscar the Grouch. And those things get filled up with sweat, from people wearing them and using them and stuff, and dirt and grime and whatnot. And that one thing has been used for like 40 years and never cleaned. Until the day that that Muppeteer retired, and then that Muppet, I believe, was also retired, and it's on display somewhere. But yeah, that is both gross and interesting. They talked about how it smelled a little bit too. Oscar the Grouch, the OG ODB. Yeah, I thought it was a fun idea. Ooh, buddy. We're going to buy one of each of these, just so I can have them on hand. I think I have a Thunderstone, so I don't need to buy that one. I think I've got a Water Stone, don't need that. Don't think I have a Leaf Stone. I do. Link Stone? I do. Alright, so I just need to buy a Firestone. Good money save. High five, me. Alright, I'm going to go back down. Oh wait, does this person heal? I vaguely remember someone healing. No, I don't want... No, you get nothing. You get nothing! I said good day! Alright. Beemo, hello again. Let's go over here to heal up, and then we're going to continue our journey up the tower. Boop, 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 boop. Medicine box, wise man gifts, huh? Are those going to be like the key items that I have to have in order to be able to beat this thing? The Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf on Netflix, it follows Vesemir. Okay. Because Vesemir kind of felt like he came out of the blue for season 2, and then really didn't do a whole lot, and also made some really bad decisions. It's like, this guy's supposed to be like in charge of the Witchers? He's supposed to be Witcher Dad? Yay, a battle! Twins Mayo and May. Wow, which one gets to be named the month and which one gets to be named the food? Shouldn't it be Maya in May? Like, that's an appropriate female name. You loved Vesemir in the game? Okay. I didn't get very far in Witcher 3. I had this conversation with Possum over the weekend, but I I got frustrated at the having to collect ingredients in order to make elixirs so that you're allowed to do damage to something mechanic. Like, I am not spending my entire time finding ingredients and making elixirs just so I can do the battle they've already thrown me into. You look like King Zog and acted like Scruffy. Well, in the show, he kind of looks like King Zog and he does not act like Scruffy. We are going to probably just Dragon Claw the Glameow. And we're going to... Oh, that hurts everybody. Oh, but Glomp is a ground type, so this will be fine. You do wish the Witcher show expanded on characters more sometimes instead of being like, hand wave, you know who this is. There's books and games, because truthfully, sometimes I forget shit and haven't had a chance to read the books yet. Yeah, I didn't get very far into the game, even though I loved the world building of it and the lore of it. Fantastic, loved it. But got a little stymied by the game itself, so brah. And the books, apparently there's a lot of them. Or they're dense or something. Yeah, like whenever they go to the monastery. I guess you call it a monastery, the temple. And you know, he meets his friend there. And also his friend at that house at the very start of the season. Like, I have no context for any of these people. Dragon Rush! Yeah, what you got? What you got? $175, attack will exhibit a devastating menace. This may also make the target flinch. You've been waiting until they've all been translated to English, but apparently they've been now. So at some point, you should find time to read them. Okay. Yeah, they were originally in Polish, weren't they? Dragon Claw is so dependable. 8,100. What? 175. That 75 number really bothers me. I think as cool as Dragon Rush sounds, I can't risk a 25% chance that this is going to miss. Like, why am I even using dragon moves at that point? Yeah, I'm going to have to pass on Dragon Rush. Yeah, they were in Polish. Good. Hooray, battle's over! Hooray, battle's over! Okay. You Goyles is nuts. We're going on up. What we got here? TM's Hyper Beam. Ooh. Focus Blast. Slows the throw special defense. Explosions. I wonder if they have audiobooks of The Witcher. You wish superpowers were real and that my power was fluently know every language, even the dead ones, so you could read and watch everything in the OG language? That'd be a fun one. You'd also be rich from translating dead languages for people. Hey! You know that you don't have to have a superpower to be able to do that. You just have to study it. You just pick the languages that you want to know first, that have the things you're interested in, and as long as it's something that you're interested in, you'll be motivated to keep going. You wonder if you could paste the text into Google and be close enough to read. Probably, but you're probably going to miss a lot of nuance and get some really weird translations from time to time, if not most of the time. Giga Impact. Is that it? Are those the only TMs this place has to sell? And they dedicated a whole floor to this? Oh my goodness, this place is in trouble. Boo, studying. I need instant gratification. There's no easy road. I mean, other than using Google Translate kind of stuff. But come on, how cool would it be to learn, like, Japanese and be able to watch all the animes and such and all the mangas in Japanese and being able to understand all those little nuances and cultural cues that get weirdly translated and weirdly represented when they're brought over and localized. Wouldn't that be cool? I need somewhere. I want to switch. Why she still got safety goggles? Surely there's a better item. This is about Kanaglog's level. Let's put him out and give him a little bit of a... Yeah, you're still very slowly working the Japanese. Cool. That would be cool. Definitely not as going as fast as Pixel Blossom, but you know more than you did before, technically. Hey, as long as you don't let it stop, right? Just learn a little bit more every so often. In fact, I think I'll learn Japanese now. Boop, 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 boop. I've learned Japanese now. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, Kanagalog out in front. Kid, fight me. Hyper Beam, Giga Impact. I love those TMs. They're super powerful. They have super bad drawbacks. Let's rock and shock. You think you got a couple months head start? Well, you all can help each other learn. Right? Be study buddies. Ask questions. Share source material with each other. Like, I found this cool manga thing. In the future, they should make brain chips and you put them in a slot in your head and download knowledge. That is a thing in Shadowrun. It's called, well, there are skill wires and there are knowledge wires, and normally you have a software subscription so that you can download whatever ones you want on the fly. Like, oh man, I need to learn how to play piano tonight. Good thing I've got my skill wires. And you download piano playing software, and now you are excellent at playing piano. And then there's also knowledge wires where you just need to know about stuff. But also, you don't have to have a Skillsoft subscription. You can have a chip slot, and you can slot in chips of whatever things that you need. I had a character based around that once, and it was fun and kind of broken. Boulder, the Boulder says Shadowrun should be real. Parts of Shadowrun should be real. The rampant racism and such, probably not. A lot of the world being kind of destroyed, or the goblinization, probably shouldn't be real. Shadowrun is real except for the cool parts. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh, of course it's got sturdy. I'm still waiting for Ghostwalker. Ghostwalker is a dragon that became president. No, sorry. Ghostwalker was a dragon that was summoned by Native American tribes, particularly the Sioux, I want to say, in order to reclaim their ancestral lands, and caused a lot of damage and havoc and kind of brought magic back into the world offhandedly. But then later a dragon named Dunkelzahn became president of, well, UCAS, which was the United Confederation of American States or something like that. And there was all kinds of different other nations that spawned off, and mega corporations and extraterritorialities and lots of magic and people turning into orcs and goblins and elves and stuff spontaneously. And a lot of the corporations are owned by dragons at this point. Yeah. Someone wished for parts of Shadowrun to be real, and the genie granted the wish before they finished specifying which parts. I could totally see that. You want to get turned into a drow spontaneously? It can. It can happen. Also, there's like a hyper version of AIDS that turns you into ghouls and vampires. And there's also, what's it called? It's surging, where you become this weird animal-human hybrid. I played a surge shark man one time who lived on a boat and made his life, fishing and salvaging wrecks and stuff like that, and played a little concertina and was also nocturnal, so that other people on the ship would manage it during the daytime and he'd manage it at night and play awful music to bother people while he's doing his duty. Oh yeah, Undead AIDS. Those are called, what was it called? I can't remember what it's called. Beano, stop trying to eat my stream deck. Chicago is destroyed because of ghouls. Yeah, Boston's in total lockdown because they have a rampaging disease of... Oh, what's it called? It's been a while. But it's where you are people with cybernetics. Oh yeah, there's a lot of cybernetics in Shadowrun. People with cybernetics start to lose their mind and their personality and becomes hyper aggressive and such.
Emo, don't listen to him. Eat the stream deck.
Bemo's not wearing headphones and can't hear you. So take that, chat ghost. Shadowrun's a really cool setting. It's, it's set in the future, and it's still got magic, but it's also got all the things that make fantasy, but it's like more or less modern times. It's a future, but it's not like...
Emo, put on some headphones. I need to tell you something important.
Okay, let me put the headphones on Bemo here. Oh, no, he doesn't like the headphones. No, sorry. He's not going to be wearing any headphones. But it's got all the fantasy elements and such that you would want and expect in in a fantasy game. But it's not like D&D where it's medieval, right? And all your problems are medieval problems. You've got modern problems. Like, you use security cameras. You use magic to deal with security cameras, hijack cars, summon spirits. It's such a good setting. Unfortunately, the rules are crunchy as hell. The only experience with Shadowrun was that mini game where character sheets were handed out. Yeah, because making a character is so much work and very frustrating at times. And the rules are sometimes, frequently inconsistent with each other, and you have to have multiple books in order to be able to do anything, and the rules aren't even explained together. So, to look up one ruling, you have to have about 4 bookmarks going on. The people who edit it are really just throwing Shadowrun down the drain, which is sad, because they just do a very bad job of curating it. X attacks, don't care. Never going to use those because they lose tempo, and this is not a professional game. You met Bean Bowl and tasted this fantastic bowl of beans. Maybe someday I'll pick up and try and run a Shadowrun Light kind of game. You'd love to play Shadowrun if you could understand the rules. Yeah, but you can't. There's a lot to it, and I can never even say that I remember all the rules. I'm not even gonna pretend like I do. I hardly even, after Zerial's schedule changes in August, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off, that would be a cool thing to do. Yeah, we could try giving that a shot. See how people like it. Run maybe like 2 to 3 sessions. You'll roll 20 if needed. Probably roll 20 would be the best solution, honestly. And doing more theater of the mind stuff, and not doing a whole lot of super heavy prep in roll 20. And just kind of keep it light and do about 2-3 sessions, and then take people's pulse on it. See, hey, did you enjoy this? Could you see yourself wanting to play more? Did you have problems with it? Do you want to do something different? All that kind of stuff. Mail? Who the heck is sending mail in this game? For real. My psychic powers have been enhanced by the items I bought. Get ready to dump all your math knowledge. So, one of the things I love about Shadowrun, and it's something that I've been looking for in other tabletop games, and I'm still struggling to try and find it, is that most other, well, 2 things. Most other tabletop games have threshold or milestone kind of leveling, where ability progress, or power progressions, put it that way. So like D&D, prime example here. You hit level 2. Now you get access to all these abilities and all these stats and all these other things to represent the stuff that you've learned and developed, between level 1 and level 2. But, say like level 5, you've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And in the end, you get nothing to show for it until you've reached enough experience points where the DM says, okay, you can level up. And now suddenly you have access to all this stuff all at once. It doesn't flow very well, and it doesn't make your character feel very real to me. It makes it feel more video game, right? But what Shadowrun does is they have a system called Karma. And every session you play, you earn some points of Karma. And those Karma can be spent on any stat, on any ability in the game that is available to your character. Rules pending, or, rules say what you can and can't do. But, the thing is like, even if you want to take your character, you built a character and you decide, I don't like this, or they're missing something I really need, you could take a hard left turn on your character and suddenly make them what you need them to be by spending Karma. And you get your Karma by just playing the game. And the GM gives you Karma at the end of the session. And so you spend a couple of points of Karma to make yourself a little better about lockpicking, or to give yourself more knowledge about, 16th century romance novels. Or you spend a little bit of Karma in order to pick up a new spell, or to equip a new magical item, or things like that. And you can save your Karma for as long as you want, too. There was one game where I saved up the entire game's worth of Karma and never spent any of it because that wasn't my character I was playing. It's like, no. Personal development and growth is not something this character does. This character watches TV, gets drunk, and talks really smooth. That's their job. It's like, they're not going to go out there and try and get better at something. They're not going to try and have better quality. So yeah, it's got quality systems, advantages and drawbacks, and that's really fun. But the other thing I was thinking that I liked about Shadowrun, what was it? I know I didn't tell you, so you can't tell me. It's Karma, and dice pools. It is way easier to balance encounters and to have a realistic sense of character abilities when you use a dice pool versus. I didn't even pay attention to the switching jump. I'm just gonna keep this the same. Spoink. Well, it dead. It's not even bouncing, so it's probably already having a heart attack. Have dice pools. So, like in D&D, you roll a D20, and then you add some numbers to it, and then that's the number you get. But that adds for a lot of swinginess. You can have rank amateurs do as well as the most professional people, and you can have professionals do worse than rank amateurs. Just because 1 through 20 in the D20 system is such a big swing. You can roll a 2 and get 7 out of it total, even though you've been doing this for your job your entire life. Whereas you can have a person who's never tried before roll 18 or 19 and be as good as any professional. And that's not even including crits and botches. You know, so it kind of feels bad sometimes when you know, like things like you're playing the rogue and you're going to go pick this lock and like, damn it, I ended up failing this because I rolled really poorly, even though my skills and my background say that I should be able to do this easily. And, oh shoot, what was I saying? And, but with the Shadowrun, you have a dice pool system. I'm a human vending machine. Put money in me and a drink will pop out. Hello! Yeah, I'll take some lemonades. Blarf! Hate when you feel like you should be able to do something and your roll sucks. And also at the higher levels, a 20-point swing means nothing. Yeah, when you start reaching the maximum power levels of D&D, your D20 doesn't even matter. It's basically your DM decides, did you make it or not, just out of the gate. And if you happen to, and you just roll a D20 to see if you get your 5% chance of getting a 1 or your 5% chance of getting a 20. That's it. So epic level campaigns are meaningless unless you're just about that high power fantasy where you just want to be able to do whatever the fuck you want and get away with it. But Shadowrun uses a dice pool system, so the number of ranks that you have in the skill or ability or whatever is part of how many dice you roll, and you roll d6s. So, like, you know, say I wanted to do let's say I wanted to fire a gun, right? There are 2 things I need to count up for that, typically. There's my skill and dexterity, whatever that skill is, plus whatever my skill is in the gun I'm trying to shoot. So, so you add those 2 together, and that's the number of dice that you roll. And then your successes are an average amongst the dice, because you only care about 5s and 6s and 1s. And so a third of your rolls, a third of your dice are going to turn up as a success, whereas a sixth of your dice are going to pop up as failures. And you count up your successes versus your failures, and that tells you how well you did. It makes it much easier to say, oh, well, I should be better at this, or to make people who are experiencing something do better. Burning bonus dice or bumping rolls is a good way to counter that. Oh, yeah, another thing, there's a luck system in Shadowrun where you can spend your edge, as it's called, in order to add more dice or to change how successful the dice can be. Or you can even burn an edge, like permanently erase a point of edge off your character sheet in order to succeed at whatever you're trying with net 4 successes. So no matter what they're opposing you on, you succeed with 4 successes. But you had to basically reach deep inside of yourself. You know, it's kind of like that moment in The Witcher whenever Yennefer does that huge fire spell at Sodden Hill. You know, that would be a thing of that. She reached inside of herself and burned a point of edge. How edgy. And edge can also be used to save you from death. If you are supposed to die, you can burn a point of edge to not die. It's cool. It's a great system. I just wish the rules weren't so fucky. But maybe we could try and do a let's all edge together. Yeah. But maybe we can try and do a rules light version of Shadowrun. You know, try and eliminate as much of the stupid crunch as there is. It's a tall order. It's a tall order. Wise man's gifts. What do you got for me? Is this the letters? Is it stationary? This department store kind of sucks. Like 6 floors and nothing. But Shadowrun's nice in terms of role-playing because you're able to tackle modern problems in a modern mindset using fantasy tools. If that makes sense, right? Like, you don't have to be super skilled in order to fire a gun effectively. You know, not like if you're doing sword fighting. You've got to be super skilled with a sword to be able to fight. So, like, you can be a mage with a gun. You know? I played a character once that was basically a a remake of Simon Belmont, and he was a troll who used a monofilament whip, which are super illegal, and had the ability, you know, to magically charge it to be electric or fire. And was really good at throwing weapons. He threw daggers and stuff. Like, I tried to recreate as many. No problems that are like, I wish I had a cell phone. Yes. Like, you have a cell phone. Call people. You know, you have access to the internet. Look stuff up. You can drive around town. You know, everything is within reach of you. It's not like, oh, well, we got to go get 16 bags of food because we're going to be on the road for the next month and a half. And we're not going to be able to talk to anybody. And I sure hope things don't change before we get there. And you know, all those other small D&D problems. Alright, let's check out the game corner. I heard they've created a bunch of new games for this, and they're actually not bad. My mother always told me to get a job I'd love, but work requires effort, so I became a gambler. Sometimes I win and make money, other times I become indebted to the Black Pharaoh Thorn. I want to quit, but I'm the best, and I can't quit when I'm number one. Can you out-pop me in balloons? Don't think so. Why don't I figure out how balloons work first? A coin case is required. How do I get a coin case? $3,000 coins in a single day by playing Cloudburst. Is there a simple and reasonable way to look at what kind of characters you can make in Shadowrun? I would say look at the books, and they have example characters in there. But even the example characters in the books don't follow character creation rules. I don't know how that slipped past the editors, but it did. Oh geez, I blew my money at the game corner. I won't be needing this anymore. Cool, I got the coin case. Now I can do stuff. A simple and reasonable way. I always used a program to make my characters because trying to do it from reading from the book is a nightmare. I use a program called Chummer. But you then also need to have the books and kind of have to have an idea of what you're doing in the first place. I don't think I have any coins. Why don't I get some coins first? I got 60,000. Let's just start with 50 coins. I'm trying to think. It's been a while since I played Shadowrun. But, there are like 7 different ways of formulas you can use to make a character. Like the priority system, the point buy system, the background system. There's just a handful of different ways, and they all create characters about the same. You know, some of them are a little bit better than others if you really, really want to min-max it. But essentially, you choose a meta type. So it'd be like human, orc, troll, elf, dwarf. And those are your basic meta types. There's probably another one I'm missing off the top of my head. But then they all have sub-meta types as well. Like, I played the pixie one time. Pixies are not a standard meta type. You can play as a centaur if you really wanted to. You know, ogres and ghosts and all kinds of things you can play as. But you choose a meta type, and then you pick a class. And first thing you decide for your class is if you're awakened or not. And awakened means, do you have access to magic and to the, and, you know, and have a link to the astral of some kind. I don't know what I'm doing. It's easy, you just have to win. Awakened? No, you're sleepy. So if you're awakened, you can be, so I say you have to pick a class, but there aren't really classes in Shadowrun either. It's very freeform. But there are kind of like archetypes that you could follow and sort of have in mind. Can you be a summoner? Absolutely, but you need to be awakened for that. And honestly, one of the easiest ways to absolutely break the game is to be a summoner. You summon up, you spend a whole bunch of points, resources, and edge to summon up a Force 12 spirit of, you know, fire or man or beast or whatever. And that thing can take on a small army on its own. No, I dodged out of the way. Can you be a maid? Can you be a cat in a maid outfit that wears a headband with human ears and has a beehive hairstyle? Yes, you actually can. You actually can do that. Yeah, you can be a summoner. You can just cast spells. You could be an alchemist kind of person where you make potions or even like cast spells into other objects to be used later. Like we had a person I was playing with who would cast their alchemical spells and such into pins, like pin badges. You know, like I like Ike or vote for Trump or whatever little badges. Not literally that, but you know, you get the idea of what I'm talking about. That you attach to your clothing, and then whenever you touched it and said a word, that spell would be cast from it. And you could cast your spells ahead of time and prepare for a mission. So like, hey, you got no shit button of invisibility. If things go bad, you can slap this button and say these words, and you will become invisible for a while. And that could be done by anybody, kind of thing, right? You didn't have to be, the caster didn't have to be present and actively casting a spell for that to work. There are deckers, which are hackers, and they hack into systems and whatnot, and there's a whole nother set of rules based around that. I won 68 coins. What? Excuse me? I get paid the amount of money, of balloons I pop? So I put this on hard. Boo, not 69. Let's try this for a bit. Oh, I went too high. Now I got 168 coins. Still not 69. But yeah, you can be a decker, which is a hacker kind of thing. They're very useful to have around. You can be a magical hacker. Dang, those green ones. Yeah, they double your points every time you grab them. There can be magical deckers called technomancers. Or if you're playing the old version of Ancient Slot Machine, yeah. Oh god. I'm technically losing money. I'm ahead on money. Alright, I'm done with that. Dang, random chance. What is this, Cloudburst still? Man, I could easily beat you if I just spent all stream doing this thing. Or what kind of prizes do I get for this money? I can get Pokemon? Emote, Halucha, Eevee, Porygon. Yeah. Eevee wouldn't be bad to get. Halucha, I mentioned that'd be fun. I don't have the coins. Another way you can use magic is to be not a person who can cast spells, but you channel that magic into yourself, and you're called a physical adept. And that's what my Simon Belmont character was. And could channel magic into himself and make him have special abilities. Quick, save Chalupa from that man! I don't have the money to save Chalupa. Gotta rest up here a second. And I could do things like run up walls, and I could do hang time, like I could spend a turn suspended from a wall or a ceiling by just my feet. Yeah, some other things like that. But you could also be a magical adept, in which you actually cast spells on yourself. The line is very you've abandoned your son, my child. Okay, we're gonna go save Chalupa, I guess. Maybe I can do a couple quick rounds of Cloudburst. You wanna play Sailor Pluto? You probably could make that happen. Like, the rules are very flexible, and the character building is so freeform, which is another thing I don't really care about D&D, is how locked into silos every character is. Like, oh, you're playing a fighter, well, I guess you're stuck being a fighter forever, kind of thing, and this is what you do, and every X often you're going to learn to do a new thing. But in Shadowrun, you can make your character however the F you want, and they progress however fast you want them to, and in whatever direction you want them to. It's so much more free, so much more liberating. Where'd that green balloon go? It's right above me, isn't it? Can't even see the green ones. It'd be cool to be a magical girl. You can totally do that. You absolutely can. And then there are other classes. Like, another great thing. Yeah, I only saw one green that whole time. Maybe I missed it. Maybe it was too low and I didn't see it. But I only caught one. Another thing that Shadowrun does well that D&D doesn't is soft skills. You don't have to be a combat monster in order to be the most effective person in Shadowrun, right? Like, you can be just the person who talks really good, and that can get you through almost anything Shadowrun has to throw at you. If you're good at talking, you can do anything. Also, another thing Shadowrun does well is wealth. You know, technically in the rules, you have to pay your taxes. You have to have legal ID or not, you know, it's up to you. And you have to pay living expenses and, you know, lifestyle and whatnot. You have to keep track of all that stuff. But one of the things that you can do that you can't do in D&D is you can solve your problems by being fucking rich, right? You could be Jeffrey Bezos and you don't have any problems. Yeah, 2 times nothing. I would like to take a second to say that I am super surprised they got this level of 3D working on a Game Boy Advance engine. I'm surprised someone with lots of free time hasn't figured out how to make a new system that merges the best parts of Shadowrun and D&D and other stuff. I took that on as a small project back whenever I was playing Shadowrun. It's really hard to reconcile threshold power leveling and karma system and edge. They did a great job with this minigame making it work. Yeah, I'm really surprised they got a 3D engine working on Game Boy Advance. Especially within Pokemon, which is not a 3D game. Or, you know, this version of Pokemon's not really 3D. But yeah, like I was saying, you can just be rich. Like, you can absolutely be the richest, and that's one of the things you can put your points into in character creation, is how much money you have and how wealthy you are. You can give yourself the platinum Doc Wagon contract, and Doc Wagon will will give you a number of free resuscitations a year and have a high threat hit squad that will come in to whatever. If your alarm bracelet goes off that you are in medical emergency of some kind, Doc Wagon will show up guaranteed within like 5 minutes via helicopter with an armed and armored team who will fight anybody in their way to get you out into their hospital. So just imagine that you're in the middle of a fight with a bunch of gangers and you accidentally take one bad bullet to the face or, you know, to the shoulder or whatever, and your alarm, your wristband goes off, and within 5 minutes there's basically a SWAT team descending on the spot and shooting anybody who points a gun at them. Like, that can be your character. Or you could just hire people to do stuff for you. It's a lot of fun. It is great. Just shoot yourself in the foot and summon them. You can. You absolutely can do that. Tactical almost died to take out the enemy base. I actually made a character that was to do that, and unfortunately, I was too good at playing the game to actually make them show up, which would have been a great little surprise because 2 times nothing. All these spike balloons. What the heck's going on? Don't want the spikes. Which is a shame because we were technically in hiding and trying to be off-grid and off-radar, you know, but still shenanigans and trouble pops up. And, wow, the layout of these balloons is really frustrating on this one. Getting like nothing. They're all bad balloons. They're all spikes. And I'm not seeing another green. There's a green. So it would have been really funny if Doc Wagon showed up for someone who was supposedly, you know, dead already. I had another character which had the ability, because of cybernetics, to change their appearance at will, as well as their hair color and their clothing and everything, and they were named Jack, because no one knew Jack. And Jack also had all the skill wires and stuff, and so somehow Jack had the ability to do just about anything and get anywhere, but was really hard to pin down. One of my favorite characters I ever played was a troll named Cretan, who was essentially a football player, a formerly pro football player, but in Shadowrun they don't have football, they've got Urban Brawl, which is, don't want that one, which is a combat sport, where you try and get the ball from one end of the play zone to the other, but, you know, everybody's got like shotguns and pistols and body armor, and it's all highly televised and held in rundown and abandoned areas of cities. You know, like the really, really bad slummy bits that are basically the wastelands of a city. And most big cities have their own special private team. I'm doing awful on these scores suddenly. Ultimate Fashion Mod, there are tons of those too. Like luminescent clothing that changes with your mood, or that you can modify to have all kinds of extra pockets, or thermal insulation, or electrical insulation, things like that. But, you know, so he used to play on an Urban Brawl team, and he was the New Orleans Tombstones, and he was very cybernetic out, and I took a trade on him called I completely missed that one, huh? Okay. Called Superhuman Psychosis, I believe it was what it was called. And it was that through all the modding and engineering that had been done to him, he's basically a superhuman, right? He can lift cars, he can jump higher than anybody. You know, physically, he outpowers anybody and everything. And the whole focus I made around this character, stat-wise, was defense. Like, he didn't do much of anything out on the battlefield except for never go down. Just stand out there in the middle and never get hurt. But he sucked at everything else. And he always referred to people as, like, coach. And things like that. And, you know, refused to make real decisions and stuff. And he got kicked out of the Urban Brawl League because of some drug scandals. Well, drug scandals. I say drug, but it was superhuman psychosis, a little bit of drugs, and doesn't remember much. But then a handful of people were torn apart at a bar, and so, you know, he couldn't have a contract anymore. He got kicked out, and his whole goal of being a Shadowrunner was to live the celebrity lifestyle again. he didn't want to be out on the street. He wanted to be living the rock star lifestyle. How much money do I have? Can I get Halucha? Nope, we're almost there. Yeah, he wanted to live the rock star lifestyle again. And so he ended up forcing the team, not forcing the team, but, you know, everyone was like, I don't know what to do. And he ended up abandoning, or convincing the team to abandon the quest line and everything that the GM had prepped up, and to join the mob instead, so that they could, you know, be treated as, you know, good people, you know, and have, you know, nice cars and clothes and eat good food and, you know, things like that. And he actually got pretty far into the mob too. It was a really, really fun character. I won't go into all the details of it, but it was a really fun game. Probably my first or second favorite character I've ever played in the game. Oh no, he wasn't a troll, he was a Minotaur. That's right, that's why I named him Cretan, because of the Isle of Crete in the Legend of the Minotaur. And also, he didn't think too good. He at one point was wielding a minigun and just mowed down a sports bar from basically the front door outside of it. Like a mafioso, yeah. You know, there was a blood mage that was inside the bar and was causing problems for everybody, and we had to kill him. But the thing is that if he is in there, he's going to take people hostages and create blood spirits out of them, which are super fucking nasty. And so the solution was to kill all the people. You know, it's not the best solution, but given the setting and, you know, the circumstances of the game, it was like, these are the tools we have, this is the problem that we're facing, and we've got to do something now. And superhuman psychosis is like, people are beneath them. People are like ants mostly. If you don't do something for me or mean something to me, you're not a person. And so the call was made, and just high speed mowed down everyone in the bar, in the sports bar, trying to get to this blood mage. All right, we got 1,000 coins. I think that means we can get Chalupa. Please make space in your party before purchasing that Pokemon. Actually, I want to see your TMs. Oh yeah, there's also another kind of archetype called Superhuman Psychosis, kind of like O.J. Simpson. Yeah, kind of. Or Chris Benoit. Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely a thing. Oh, I wanted to take a look at those TMs. Reflect, Light Screen, Swagger. Wow, these kind of suck. Oh, you make room temporarily. For those prices, it's good they suck. Yeah. For real. There's another character archetype called a Drone Rigger, or more frequently called just Rigger. And they basically put their mind, or they can put their mind into robotics and drones and things like that, and pilot them, and have swarms of drones, and, you know, specialized combat drones and reconnaissance drones and things like that. It's really, and then there's the whole Matrix and the Astral. It's totally a great setting. I love it. It's fun. Alright, let's get Chalupa. It has the hardy nature. Oh yeah, and there are tons of different drugs as well. Can you play undead? Technically, yes, I believe. But you would have to have... Oh, that's right. The name of the super undead aids is called HMHVV. Human Metahuman... something something. Human Metahuman Vampire Virus? I'm not sure. I don't remember. HMHVV. Yeah, we got a nickname. Chalupa. Man, now I want some Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in a while. Or are they just monsters? Yes and no. So you have what is considered your essence score. And your essence is your soul, it's your spirit. It's how human are you? The more, and also how well are you connected to magic? So, the more of your soul that you lose, the less magic that you can do, right? Your maximum threshold of magic is lowered. And you lose essence by things like cybernetics. You replace flesh with machine, you've lost part of your soul. And HMHVV also factors into essence. And if your essence ever drops below a certain amount, you lose control of your character entirely, and they are now NPC and, for all intents and purposes, mindless. Sick, you want to be a cyborg vampire? You can totally do it. You can be a magical girl cyborg vampire if you want to. I mean, you're blending a lot of ideas together that don't really synergize, rules-wise, but you can do it. If you want to play a fun character like that, that is within the scope. This is just sounding better and better. Yeah. Yeah. This is... I wish I could showcase Shadowrun for you all a little bit. But there's really not a good way of me doing that. But yeah, if Chris's schedule changes in August and we're more aligned on weekends, we could do that. We could try running a quick little Shadowrun game. And heck, who knows? Who knows? If you all like it, maybe we could even turn it into a stream or recording thing. To be honest, being a vampire magical girl would be so cool. Yeah, but you know, you could also be a banshee. You could be... I'm gonna have to pull up the list of stuff and take a look. There's a Shadowrun point-and-click adventure. Yes, there are a couple of Shadowrun games on the PC. One of them is called Dragonfall, and I'm not sure what the other one is called. But it's very true to the lore and the setting of Shadowrun, and a little bit to the mechanics of Shadowrun. It's a little more or less freeform, you know, like they won't let you do all the things that you can imagine, you know, like you can do in a tabletop game. They've got to set some boundaries on it. But it's very, very true to the lore and the settings and the feel of Shadowrun. So you might get some ideas going through that. I think one of them is Shadowrun Hong Kong, and the other one is Shadowrun Dragonfall. I've played so little Pokemon, and I've done so much talking about Shadowrun. Chalupa, I love you, but you ain't strong enough. Starting August 1st, they're closing the warehouse on weekends. So his back half schedule will be working Tuesday through Friday. Oh! Cool! She's your child, you have to raise her. Alright. So, here's the thing. Okay, can't get paralyzed. That's nice. Stats are absolute trash. I wish just once you could remember how to download something off of GitHub. Okay, if you're looking to download Chummer, because I assume that's why you're on GitHub, you need to download the Chummer Nightly build. I've got a version of it that works somewhere. I haven't used it in a while, but I do. And you still need access to all the books, because it does not have any of the book information in there. It just will help you build a character sheet and then tell you what book and what page the rules are on for each little thing you're looking up. But I believe you just go to the top right and you go to like download repository, download master, something like that. And it should give you a zip file of some kind. Maybe top right, and I remember it's on the right hand side above the block that explains about the thing that you're looking at. So stats suck, Mav. Chalupa's got D for attack, D minus defense. Special attack. We got a special attacking Chalupa. No, Haluchas need to be physical attackers. The only only two stats are worth a damn are speed and special attack. Speed's great. But that special attack and attack are, whoa. And also, she's doing her best. I'm reloaded, reroll. I did not save before I got this thing, so that's not happening. Unless I go get another 1,000 coins and get another Chalupa twin pack. But we've already got flying type and we've already got fighting types. She loves me and wants to make me proud. Honey, baby, I'm already proud of you. You've already got fighting and flying types. We got an amazing flying type here, which is totally kick-ass, and an amazing fighting type that's totally kick-ass. You have to take her. That's being a parent. Okay, Mav. Who's the child that should be taken away? I'm so proud of how well she sits in her box, right? I saved her from slavery, and I now have freed her. I should release her to the wild. You are now free, Halucha. Live your own life. I have bought your indentured servitude. Take away Fruit Loop? There's no way Halucha's going to replace Fruit Loop. Look at this. A+ attack, A+ defense. You can't do this. We would be objectively making the team weaker if we did that. I can't. I'm sorry. I love you, Chalupa baby, but you need to be better. Hell yeah, we would be making the team weaker. I see what you're up to. I can tell. We would need to get another 1,000 coins before I could say we have a Halucha worth replacing Fruit Loop. And why did I get it? Because Mav wanted me to get a Halucha. And I was willing to entertain the idea, but this Halucha bad. This Chalupa got meat in it. Gross. Blah. Bleh, bleh. Alright, what's down here? Oh, I see. 1,000 more points. Let's go. Oh, this is the department store. Okay. We're going to fly her. It's funny how she does that. It's real funny. Okay. We're going to do this. We're going to get another Chalupa. Let's try and take a look around for a green balloon. which I do not see yet. Ah, there was one way over there in the back. I'm starting to just says something and then you're like, yeah, I should totally do that. Something the most detrimental member of your community is. Mav, no one advocates for doing the bad thing as much as you do. It's true every single time. Well, since we're here in the game corner trying to get 1,000 more coins, who's got some Shadowrun questions? Who's got an idea for a character and wants to see if it's like feasible or what I know about rules or something? Like, can you do this crazy thing? Oh yeah, there's a rule in Shadowrun called Chunky Salsa, where if a grenade or explosive goes off in an enclosed area and it is not strong enough to destroy the walls of that enclosed area, it will... Oh, get this! Yeah, got it! It will reflect back in, again, from that wall towards the source at a reduced damage thing. But if you do it in a closed enough area, like, you know, a shipping container with a grenade, you can have Chunky Salsa where you do a massive amount of damage and it reflects back and it reflects back and it reflects back and it keeps on reflecting until you run out of damage and you end up doing like, you know, hundreds of points of damage to somebody. What's my favorite Shadowrun character I've ever played? I mentioned that earlier, was Cretan, the Minotaur, the mafioso who had superhuman psychosis. He was so much fun. I got to talk dumb and play dumb the entire time and just be a badass all around. Other than that, the very first Shadowrun character I played was a doctor. It was a pacifist doctor who went by the name of Patches. And the team that I joined was so grungy, or not so grungy, but so unrefined, let's put it that way, that they were called the Wrecking Crew. That was their team name. And then suddenly this meek doctor joins up, and all I would do is I would use a tranquilizer gun and I would sedate people. It's like, I'm not hurting them. It's like, I didn't kill them. And they start shooting at me. What is an aspected magician? A magician casts spells. Aspected means that you, if I remember correctly, that you follow a certain tradition or have a lodge of some kind. And that tradition and such will determine what kind of spirits you're allowed to summon and what kind of spells that you may not have access to, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time since I've played a magic character like that. Can I be an idiot vampire magical girl? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. But yeah, I would just tranquilize people. And after I joined the team, the Wrecking Crew, it's like it was a wake-up call for the members of the Wrecking Crew, and they're like, we got a chance to do something good to make, you know, things better for people, or, you know, to actually help somebody. And their entire focus changed from just being a yeah, let's fuck shit up and be loud kind of thing group, to like trying to restore my or trying to clean my debt with the Triad, because it was a relative of mine who had a gambling debt with them and they couldn't pay it off, and so they They abducted me as kind of like ransom, and the fact that I had skills, I could become a street doctor for their gang, and help them do cyber surgeries and harvesting, and help fix bullet wounds without ever having to deal with an actual hospital. And so I was like, hey, this guy's kind of useful to have around. If you have to have a high int for magic, you have to have a high essence, so you don't want to be cyber weirded out. Oh, you could also get bioware, which is like lab grown bio replacements and such. So you could have like a better skeleton, better nervous system. You could have bone blades like Wolverine kind of thing, or you could have metal blades like Wolverine too if you want a cybernetic way of that. But you can get around the essence loss and still being able to do body mods. You can be like a patchwork person, absolutely. There's even a trait you can take called liminal body, which allows you to take everything below your torso and get rid of it and replace it with something else. Like you could just be tank treads from below the torso. Or you could be a centaur. You could be horse from below the torso. And I always joked about making a character that was a magical shaman who dealt with diseases and such, and called them the centaur for disease control. Can you be a male dominatrix as a giant dick laser? Yes. And to top it off, you can have underbarrel grenade launcher for that dick laser. Guess what the grenades are? You can also have hidden compartments in your body that would be like a weapon, or even smuggling compartments. Like there's a blurb of lore in the book, just getting flavor about stuff where some big orc was having a fun time with a call girl and such, and they were sharing a room together, and she accidentally touched the right thing the wrong way or something like that, and it caused the chest, the doors in the chest, this guy's chest, to open up and just shoot a shotgun into her point blank and just turn her into jello on the wall. It's like, it wasn't supposed to be like that. Zero can be a mermaid. You can do that too. It's a fun system. Woo! Boy, if you had a nickel. A nickel for what? Do you just need a nickel, or is this an allegory of some kind? Or analogy? If I had a nickel for every time... Another character I had a lot of fun with was a pixie technomancer. Technically, pixies aren't allowed to become technomancers, but I worked it out with the GM and, explained and worked out how I'm not going to cheese it, because you can really break the game with a pixie technomancer. But pixies are highly sought after for research because no one has ever gotten a hold of a pixie before. Every time your chest shotgun went off accidentally. The reverse mermaid, weird catfish head, and hairy naked torso. Absolutely, you would be a surge in that case. And surges are fun. I was a shark man. His name was Bruce, and he was Australian. Oh, I forgot what I was saying before that comment. Someone remind me. Do the needful and let me know. Ha! So, Tam Kench. Who is Tam Kench? The expensive art. Tell me about this Tam Kench. At 600, huh? Now, there are supposedly 4 mini-games I remember reading about for Pokemon Unbound. And this was one of them. I'm not sure where the other Game Corner games are. Oh my god, I'm just gonna miss every balloon, huh? The expensive art. Catfish Man? He swallows people whole and waddles around. What? I'm lost. Tam Kench is an artist. Is that the Catfish Man? Is he a Catfish Man? Ow. Oh, I missed. Are there any balloons to get? He's a League of Legends champion. There we go. That's what I missed. That's the link I missed. No, Link is in Legend, not legal. Oh, I missed. Okay. Alright, here's chance 2 at Chalupa. Now we're gonna leave Toucannon in the party for a minute. No, I wanted to swap. Oh, save. Good point. Good point. Let's save after we move a Pokemon in here. Okay, we're going to save state. There we go. Relaxed nature.
State 1 saved.
I can actually rename my
Let's
stuff
get
at
the
any
perfect Chalupa.
Let's get the perfect Chalupa. I don't want items. Let's check out this Chalupa. Better, yes, better. awful attack. Speed, special defense, defense, all good. Can't be paralyzed. That attack is so bad though. Do you think we can do better? I think we can do better. I'd like to see a high physical attack stat. Yeah, I'm going to save the state right here. Shoot for adamant. Ooh. Look at that! We're not going to give a nickname to it yet. We can give it a nickname in a minute. Oh, that's so much better. I don't care. Well, yeah, red's good, blue is bad. Unburdened, double speed of item is lost. Not a great ability, but we can live with it. Use it for plus ultra. Plus ultra? What is that? So I'm not happy that we're going to have two fighting types on the team. Because that means we have double weakness to things that are good against fighting, like flying and psychic. All right, we can try running with Chalupa for a bit. Hello, Bimo. You trying to get my attention? Chalupa. Yeah. Don't like that has unburdened, but what are you gonna do? No, no, no. Dang it, I accidentally renamed it again. Oh yeah, let's take a look at what moves Chalupa can learn. We missed out on Karate Chop and Wing Attack. Bounce is fine. Sky Attack is fantastic. 140, 90. I love that. $6,100, Endeavor, maybe. High Jump Kick. Accuracy 90. I can live with that. I could live with that. This is both fighting and flying type move. Kind of have to be running that. Swords Dance is good. Roost is good. I hate taking Fruit Loop out, but we'll see. Sharply cuts the attack stat. Encore, don't really care about that. Aerial Ace. Well, you're going to be sitting in the bench for a little while now. High Jump Kick is really good. Yeah, it is. It can still fly, which means you can still get around. Egg moves, which we aren't going to have. Tutors. Brave Bird is also really good. Or I know it's good in tournaments and such. It's usually the go-to flying move. Raising on his attack and defense. Confide. Dual Wing Beat. Twice in a row. Boo. Endeavor, Fire Punch. Helping Hand. Huh. Okay. Well, we got a while to go before this thing is ready for battle, so it's just going to sit in the back lines for a while, and we're going to have to put Fruit Loop on the bench because there's no way we're losing Scooby-Doo. What, BMO? What is it? I just hear him squeaking in the other room. $167.
Hello father, it me BMO, I hunger for Stream Deck.
You can't have Stream Deck. Can't have Stream Deck, buddy. Hey, whoa, 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 calm down. Oh, he's back here at the Stream Deck. Did I ever find that shelf? I sure did. I did. It was in a very tiny place in one of the first places that I checked, but I didn't check deep back enough. It was fine. It was not broken, but I have not put it back up because one of the screws that helps keep the thing in place is missing. You got trimmer installed? You have no idea what any of this means? Yeah. Uh-huh. Go to like the file or whatever and say new character, and it'll ask you what generation system you want to use. Actually, you need to go to the options and turn on like all the options and turn off the German books. I could help you out, but I can't really do it help you out in this format where you're texting, I'm talking, and I can't see anything. Grab yourself the Shadowrun. Is it 5th edition? They made a new edition recently, which is Garbo, where they tried to simplify a lot of things, but they missed the mark a lot. Isn't there a gym in this town? I can't remember if the new crappy edition is 5th edition or 6th edition. The Mysterious Distortion World, excuse me? 5th. 5th. Fist. You know what? Ask Chat Ghost to pronounce those. I bet it's funny. Feist. Fist. Now I thought for sure there was a gym.
5 road, 5 ND, 5 stone.
5 road, 5 ND, 5 stone. Yeah, there's the gym right there, but how do I get to it? Alright, what's the game say I need? Go to... Talk to Jax at the game corner. I've been there all stream. Jack should have mentioned me, just sort of like come up to me and said yes. Oh yes, of fucking course. Are you Jax? Yeah. If it has two possibilities, the ability capsule changes one into the other. Oh, maybe I should get an ability capsule for Chalupa. Gotta go have diarrhea games with Jax. Diarrhea games. Okay, listen up. While I was waiting for you, I saw a bunch of shadow grunts heading west towards the ruins of Void. According to Grandpa, the only reason for them to go there is if they've gotten everything they need to perform the unbinding. Excuse me. You know, the ritual needed to release the Dark Force. But what would they want with the Dark Force? No, they got a Zapdos. We're gonna steal back Articuno and Moltres? Okay. We'll do that. First things first, you gotta get to Gar's gym to surf. Yes! They must be the Sith. It is not a story the Pokemon Masters would tell you. Tupa! Furby, look at. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting this badge. And I've got a Hawlucha on my team. Well, I guess we're doing this now. Remember how Fruit Loop was a core member of our team? How's there... Yeah, your Staraptor just blew up. I don't want to. Can I dig out
my
of here?
headphones just died. I'll see you all Friday. This is totally real and not a prank, I swear. There is no reason anyone would ever lie or joke about this. The stream is ending. My headphones are dead forever and I have to buy more before Friday or else I'll never be able to stream again. This is real and not a joke or prank. Don't worry, you can trust me. This is fair writing.
Oh, well, I guess stream's over. I done saved, so I guess we're out of here. Can I just dig my way home? Glomp can fly? I can fly. Alright, we saved. We're going to give this a try. And we're going to see if this works. See if we can get through here. Oh, look at those Dusclops. My chat ghost assistant. Dang. This guy's real low level. Probably need to be leading with Scooby-Doo. Yeah, I think so.
Dig Baltoy's eyes out with your spoons.
Not with these spoons. These spoons are made for eating. And that's just what they'll do. And one day these spoons will eat the eyes right out of you. You change your mind, you don't want Chalupa anymore. I'm sorry, we're stuck with Chalupa now. Go for that Porygon. You just want me to play Game Corner all day, don't you? What are the coolest drugs in Shadowrun, and can you be a dealer? Yes, you can. Jazz is a fantastic drug. Deep weed. Deep weed's fun because it's basically like weed, but if you are capable of sensing the astral, it forces you into the astral. So you can do some nasty stuff to people like that. Okay, I'm a jazz dealer and player. Jazz is very illegal. There's rock. I forget what it actually stands for. It's like rockacronium or something like that. Chalupa can learn Swords Dance on their own. It's part of their move list, or part of their level up list. I need to swap out Scrooby to the front. Bliss is another one. Oh, here's a great drug. It's a technological drug called BTL, or commonly referred to in the game as Beetle, or Beetles. And BTL stands for Better Than Life, and it's a chip that you can slot, and it has somebody's recorded memories and experiences, but it's been amped up, right? Like, you know, you ride a roller coaster and you feel excitement and thrill, whatever, but that's been cranked up to 11. Like, you really feel really excited and such. So you'll be the drug dealer, Zerial will be the reverse mermaid, and you'll be the magical girl vampire. I love it. And so people get addicted to these Better Than Life chips because it's basically like, when you're using it, you're there. That is your reality. And it is so much better than real life. It's better than life. And so people get addicted to these amped up feelings and emotions and such, and whenever they're back in real life, they feel numb because it's so much less than what they were feeling before. Now, there are black market beetles, which can be assassination chips. And you live the experiences of somebody being tortured and dying, more or less, and you die in that process. All beetles are illegal in the first place, but assassination beetles and tainted beetles are even more illegal. How bad for your essence would it be to be a cat girl? None at all. None at all. You would have to be a surge for it to be a cat girl. You have to be surge. Surge. I'm not sure how HMHVV works with surge. I'd have to look that up. But then again, we can also hand wave it because we're talking about doing rules like Shadowrun. You can be awakened and a surge. Yes, you can. You sure can. Why have I still not swapped out? Magical cat girl. You totally can. Yeah, because HMHVV turns people of certain metatypes into other metatypes, and there's a particular table for that. You know, rules is written. But we don't necessarily have to stick to that. We can just say that you are essentially a vampiric. And another neat thing that Shadowrun does that D&D never seems to accomplish. But cat girl like Khajiit, not like human with ears and tail. You could be either. Right? You could be mildly surged or you could be incredibly surged. Why do I keep forgetting to change this? Also, Yamask is worth catching for sure. I like Yamask a lot. Khajiit has magic transformation if you have blood. Another thing that Shadowrun does well that D&D does not is contacts. Part of your character creation process is creating people that you know and that you rely on and that you use for services. So, right out the gate, you're not like in D&D, you make a character and it's like, okay, well, I need magic items. I gotta go find the magic item shop in town that I've never been to before, even though I live here, kind of dealio. But in this, you've got a talismonger, you've got a talus legger, and you've got a reagent dealer and stuff like that, or your drug dealer, or a black market pipeline, all kinds of stuff. And you build these out, your magical lodge, your tutor, your mentors, and such. You build them out as part of your character creation, and you determine how loyal they are to you and how well connected they are. And between those things, you can rely or not rely on your contacts. Each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human. That is scary. What is this thing going to be named? What have we got a name for your mask? You ask your mask? Zariel saying he wants to be a crazy gun nut and every part of his body is somehow a gun. Tuxedo? Sure, we can do tuxedo mask. For Chris's thing, yes, that is a possibility. However, you'd be worrying about essence loss at that point. That's a lot of cyber. But we can do most of your limbs are guns. Like one character I played in my most recent Shadowrun game I was in, the one that didn't spend his karma at all. His name was Whiskey. He had in his forearm an Ares Warhawk handgun, which is basically the largest handgun you can possibly own, embedded into his arm. And and at a mental command, a hatch would pop open and this gun would sling out on little braces, and then and just shoot. So I could never really truly be disarmed, and also I had one cyber arm, so that was part of that cyber arm build out. My character's backstory was that part of it is that he got involved. He was a gun dealer, a weapons dealer and salesman to shady people, and while doing a demonstration got attacked, blah blah blah, and there was an explosion, and it really messed up the right side of his body. So he had, his face and his arm. So he had a cyber eye, a cyber ear, and a cyber arm. And part of that cyber arm loadout was that hidden gun inside of it. I still haven't put Gnon Log in the back. I apparently want to die or something. And also, part of that cyber arm, I had a cyber hand with a shock attachment. So basically, I had a built-in taser into my hand, and all I had to do was touch something, and I could just taser them. In that game, there was a person we were interrogating. I had locked them up in the trunk of the car for a while, actually for like a day and a half, and they still weren't talking. So I tied them up to a tree out in the woods, and I gave them a chance to save themselves and tell me what I wanted to know. And if they lied to me, they were going to die. And they lied to me, and so I tasered them until they were crisp while tied to that tree. And Cyber Eyes and Cyber Ear, my Cyber Eye and Cyber Ear were pretty cool too. Do a lot of neat stuff. Chris can probably do lots of cybering. He's been on the internet a while. Hi-oh! You know, it'd help to have somebody, you know, you don't have to have this, but having a little bit of computer and decking. Oh, that character was a murderer. Absolutely. That was the one we were laying low and trying not to be found because we had 2 megacorps looking for us. It
will kill.
We did a job, and we raided one megacorporation and got this thing, the MacGuffin that we're supposed to get, and handed it off to our Johnson, and not our Johnson, but our oh, what's the term? Person who gives you the jobs. Your I can't remember the name for them, but we gave it to the person that we were supposed to, and they were to deliver it, kind of like a fence. Yeah, but a fence is someone you sell stolen stuff to. Handler's more like it. I can't remember the exact name, but gave it to our handler, and their handler was supposed to give it to the Johnson, but the handler never gave it to the Johnson and disappeared off the radar and faked their own death. And so that made not only the corporation that we robbed mad at us, but also the corporation, which was another megacorp who was trying to get their secret R&D data, mad at us because we never delivered the goods. And so we had two megacorps chasing after us. We had 2 megacorps chasing after us, and you know, trying to save our own hides and fix the problem because we did our job and we did it well, but someone's trying to stab us in the back. So yeah, I also created a cult in that game. We found a beetle dealer in town who had some connections and such that we wanted out of the town, and we ended up killing that guy too and burning down his trailer, as well as just some general property destruction around the area. And then I left like some messages and such that and a small hastily written manifesto, and saying that how we are the Church of Ghostwalker and we do not appreciate drugs in this town and blah blah blah. We will root out all those and blah blah blah, you know, stuff like that. So the police and investigators weren't looking for you know, like random gang violence and whatever crime. They were looking for an organized cult. It's like, there are many of us, we are embedded into your daily lives. You see us and yet you don't, kind of talk. It was a lot of fun. The Church of Ghostwalker, and that has carried over to other games as well. I'm fixing this now. I am fixing this now. Hello, welcome back, Mimo. You want to be a cool assassin and take out all the corrupt CEOs? That can be a game. Absolutely can. It is supremely hard to do. Like, if you are actually going to play Take on Mega Corporation kind of level of gameplay, I will not be pulling punches. Because Megacorps and Dragons, you do not fuck with unless you are ready to get fucked. It hurts a lot. But you can play that game. There are so many corporations. We had robbed Ares, and we were supposed to be giving the data to Neonet. I forgot Dust Skull. That's cool. Crunch. You ready to be fucked by dragons? Yeah, I bet you are. Delete comment. Delete comment. Nope. Save that one. Put it as a quote on Possum's channel. You can go after Kref Krizos and Freeland Frusk. Richard Villiers is the head of Neonet. What's his name? Oh, this name's gonna kill me. It's a German name for a dragon. But he's the head of Seder Krupp. And there are wikis about this. There are super in-depth wikis about all this. Switch below, then avoiding the Dustclops is the key. Dunkelzahn. Yes. I believe that is the name. No. Dunkelzahn was president of the United States. All right, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the interwebs and look this up. Seder Krupp, CEO. Lofwyr. That's the name. Lofwyr. Let's see. Dragons of Shadowrun. See if we can recognize some of the great dragons. Celadir, I recognize. Dunkelzahn, Hestby, Lofwyr, Roenby, Schwarzkopf, Sirug, Lung, Mujaji. Mujaji is a great feathered serpent. And the fun thing about Shadowrun is that magically and fantasy-wise, are goblins and gnomes in this? Yes. Yes, they are. They are sub types of different meta types. Had one person for a long time who played a character named Vex, who was a hobgoblin. Is he the head of Aztec? No, he's not the head of Aztechnology or Aslan. I forget who that is. But originally they were the D'Oro group, the Gold Group, and they managed to overthrow several South American governments and just become a very Aztec. So a lot of native cultures have a rebirth in Shadowrun, like the Westernization, colonization, stomping out that happened is kind of reversed because their native magics and their native legends and things like that come back to life. And fantasy-wise, all of Shadowrun's magic and such is tied to the Earth Dawn series. And so Shadowrun is considered the fourth world, the age of man and technology. And magic ebbs and flows throughout the world in ages. And so the fourth age where magic returns is where Shadowrun takes place. But, historically speaking, it's like Earth Dawn meets real life. And so in real life, we're technically in the third age. And the age before that, where magic was there, was the second age. And then, first age. So, these dragons have been around since, the first and the second age. And they're so powerful and so smart and so conniving and such and so magical that they end up becoming the CEOs of corporations. Because what do dragons like to hoard? Money. What has money? Corporations in this world. So they don't have piles of gold. They have piles of stocks. They have land bonds and treasuries and things like that, and artifacts and art that are worth a lot of money. I don't know if I'm going to be able to upload this to YouTube and expect anyone to watch it, because I'm just going to be talking about Shadowrun the whole damn time. I've accomplished almost nothing in 3 hours. Well, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I can get you all links to some Shadowrun wikis where you can start doing deep dives. Call part of the underground and doing art forgery and stuff. That would be neat. There was a character that was in one of the games I played in who was a graffiti artist. And like, think of it more like a Banksy before Banksy. Before, you know, Banksy was a thing in the real world. They had this concept. And magical art forgery. And they also had cybernetic legs that allowed them to run and jump really fast. And they were retrograde, so they were kind of like a dog's legs. You know, bent backwards. It's really, really cool. Yeah, we'll fight you just so we can get experience into Chalupa. I remember there was one, can you be part motorcycle? Technically, yes. Yes, you can. You get liminal body and you get a motorcycle for your, you know, legs. So you could be the centaur from the pinball machine centaur. When you upload to YouTube, title it Shadowrun with a smidgen of Pokemon. Let's talk Shadowrun while kind of playing Pokemon. How are you coming along with the Chummer program? Figured anything out yet? Pokemon while running shadows? Not clickbait. Pokérun. Or is it Shadowmon? No, you're not about to figure this thing out. It's not easy. Oh yeah, I made another character one time that I got to play like one session of, and has become a sort of legend at the table at the group, and has spread to other tables and other groups that play Shadowrun. And I made an orc-exploitation rapper named Iggy Chains, and would like do, or it has like since become a Johnson for several runs for making music videos. So like would hire a Shadowrun team to go steal some expensive cars so that, you know, they can film a music video of, you know, like doing dangerous stuff like stealing cars and whatnot, and then, you know, posing and rapping around these cars and women and expensive booze and stuff. But, you know, hire a criminal team to actually be the muscle behind it, and, you know, just sort of be like background thugs sometimes. And I rewrote, I don't know where it is now, but I took a couple of songs and such like that, and I Notorious B.I.G., you know, Biggie Smalls, and I changed the lyrics around to be more Shadowrun appropriate. You know, instead of the N-word, replaced it with Trog, because that's the word that's used for orcs and trolls and, you know, that kind of group of people. It was fun. It was really fun. And it's since popped up in other games, and I hear about it every once in a while, how they got a mission from Iggy Chains or from Lugnut. That was a character, a dwarf character who was a mechanic, and basically if it had an engine in it, he could make it do whatever it needed to. Repair and fix just about anything. And he had a seaplane. You remember Iggy Chains? He had Lugnut had a seaplane, and at one point in the game, one of the team members got kidnapped. And while they were kidnapped, we got a ransom note. We'll talk about Mr. Bones in a minute, but Lugnut ties into Mr. Bones a little bit. That game kind of introduced Mr. Bones, but it's not important to this part of the story. But a team member had been kidnapped and was being held hostage, and we got a ransom note about it and a phone call, and we had just gotten a payday for $1 million, and just after that, before we got a chance to spend anything, one of the team members got jumped and kidnapped, and we got these ransom calls about it, and they wanted the $1 million. And I was like, well, we have to get our teammate back. And this person was also starting to become a blood mage. We didn't know about at the time. Whatever. And we made the mistake of never verifying that A, they were alive, or B, that they had them at all. And so we just assumed that yes, they have them. And they were abducted, by the way. They were taken while they were in the hospital. And because, after that $1 million run, they got hurt. And so we never verified anything. And we go to the place, we drop off the money, and we never got our friend back. And turns out, I'm skipping a lot of stuff here because, in-game details. But turns out that the person that we gave the money to never even had our friend. They just happened to work at the hospital. And, while this person was under heavy sedation and such, heard about what was going on. And when they disappeared, rushed fast to get the ransom note out. So that they would get the $1 million and they would just drop off the world. And just go into hiding. And so, after we got cheated out of $1 million and getting our friend back, Lugnut kind of snapped and became obsessed with finding this person. And making them pay. And I burned an edge to know exactly who this guy was, so that I could always try and track him down. And after that game ended, I never got my revenge, but I remember scrawling on the back of my character sheet in wild letters as fine, I forget what his name is, fine so-and-so, make him pay. Like a sociopath. And after that, I heard that some other people were playing the game by that same GM, and they brought Lugnut back as a Johnson to track down this person, that same person who was going under a new identity. And that person escaped our group, by the way, 2 or 3 other times as we were trying to chase them down and get our money back. It was fun. It was really fun. Another fun game, we played a corporate game where instead of us being find Senor Giggles, make him pay. I think we had a really dumb name because the GM didn't expect to have a name on the spot. I think they said his name was Raymond Navajo, which is a really stupid name. But, you're on the spot, you make a name. I wasn't going to razz them about that too much. And, but we were playing a corporate game. So normally in Shadowrun, you play as the criminals who are trying to do illegal jobs in the dark, under the radar, and trying to get rich and wealthy, and usually die trying somewhere along the way. And we'll just keep crunching them. And so we decided to flip the script one time and say, all right, you know what? We're all playing for the same corporation. We are all employees of What was it? It wasn't Neonet. It was one of the more transhuman focused corporations. I can't remember off the top of my head what it was. But I was the boss of the unit. and his whole thing was swarm drone rigging. And he basically had a Gears of War gun, which was an assault rifle that had an underbarrel monofilament chainsaw on it. And so he would just saw his way through doors and walls and stuff. And the whole time we were trying to hunt down Shadowrunners and make them pay and bring them into jail. And yeah. And I had one of the other characters playing my brother in that game, who I sent to psychiatric help. It's like, you need to talk to the psych department. You have problems. Head smash. What does head smash do? It's a rock move. 150-80 hurts the user terribly. Well, we're gonna have to pass on this one. Sigley. If it lives, I catch it. Do not catch. Chalupa finally level. It will kill. It will and did kill. Geodude, we do not have time for this. Hey, it's Brick Break! It's literally the move I just used. You who seek passage to the heart of the Temple of Void, prove your worth against the guardian of this sacred ground. Uh-oh.
All hail the sacred ground.
All hail the sacred ground. Sacred. Sacred. Alright, we're going to start with Crunch. How do you get magical weapons in Shadowrun? Is that part of character creation? It can be a part of character creation. What you need to get is a foci, is what they're called. And a foci can be a weapon. So it would just be the weapon, but it ultimately makes your spells better. There's not really magical weapons per se. But the foci can have other benefits and such as well associated with them. And they cost a lot of money, and they cost karma in order to attune to them. It's a pretty heavy investment to get foci. Can it be a scythe slash electric base? A foci can literally be anything. It can be a river pebble, or it could be a car. You know, it's... Well, I don't... Yeah. It could be a scythe or electric base, yes. You'd have to look up the rules on foci and what foci can actually do for you. Who's trying to learn Bounce? Bounce is a fun move. Uh, 60... We'll drop Feather Dance, because who cares? We'll cut out Encore. Encore's Garbo. You who now possess the right of passage, your next trial awaits further within these halls. So it's just gonna smash into stuff, huh? I found the full heal. How about a Moo Moo Milk or a Lemonade? 80, not enough. Moo Moo Milk it is. Save. If you're a magical cat girl, can you do something like enchant or enhance your claws and then use them as weapons? Okay, so the kind of thing that you're describing, there may be a magician spell for it, but typically that kind of thing falls under what I described earlier as physical adepts. They're able to channel magic into themselves to give themselves extra bonus abilities and whatnot. Also, there's fully explained out and statted out martial arts systems as well in Shadowrun. So there may be a spell that lets you do that, but I think unless you're talking about wanting to cast spells like Fireball or Group Orgy and things like that, which that isn't the name of a spell, but there's a spell that does something very similar to that. You know, outward affecting spells, you want to be a magician of some kind. If it's going to be inward facing, you want to be an adept. There's also social adepts who use magic to make them talk gooder and be more convincing, more persuasive, more sexy. You could have cyber claws too. Absolutely viable option. Uh-oh. Sir, Furby is attempting to make her way up here by coming through the ruins. No matter, by the time Furby ascends, Zeph will be ready for the unbinding. However, you should need a rise, I will require you to stall Furby for as long as possible. Yes, sir. If I did not need you, Hoopa, I would throw your Pokeball right back into the ocean for all the trouble you have caused. Hoopa made this whole damn thing possible. You can have the background as a wrestler? You sure can. Are you using the background system of character generation? Hey, Duskstone. No. I don't know. Or life path. I think that's what it's called. It's not the background system, it's the life path. If you do the life path system, you could have a background as wrestling. You do like a childhood, a adolescent, and adult choice on your life path. And you basically get 3 or 4 different things which say, okay, if you did this, you get these bonus stats and these bonus ranks and stuff like that. You was a baby wrestler. Oh, you participated in baby fights, didn't you? Baby fights. I'm here to drink milk and kick ass, and I'm all out of milk. Came out of the womb punching. Can we just catch this? Nope. Heal block? No, I can't heal anymore. I'm just going to have to kill it. Are clowns a metahuman type? No, they are not. However, there is a gang in Shadowrun that has a lot of room for clowns and people who are like ICP kind of like. And that gang is called the Halloweeners. And they are a motorcycle go gang, which are all about thrills and such and doing, you know, drugs and hurting people and whatnot. They're a pretty scary group. But yeah, they all wear Halloween kind of masks. Or have, you know, that kind of look to them. More like Halloweenies, Amy, right? You am wrong. They am not weenies. They am's nasty. It's a sliding tile puzzle. Oh good, it's already done. No, please don't make me do this. For real. It's gonna take forever. I don't want to do it. Okay. Eyes in the bottom middle. Horns on either side. Ball up top. Ugh. Where's the other eye? I don't want to do this. That face looks real sad right now. Whoa! We're gonna save this real quick. And then we're gonna turn puzzles to baby mode. Because screw this sliding puzzle. It's not fun. It's not engaging.
I'm in danger.
You're not in danger. This game's in danger of not being played again if it's gonna wall me here. Easy. Oh, good. It's this now. Okay, we can do this. This goes here, here. No, leave the corners in because we know that has to be right. This has to be on the top because how that's shaded. Now, I thought Hoopa's eyes were down here, but now it's looking kind of wrong. Seem right. Maybe Hoopa has a 5 head. Hoopa kind of does have a 5 head. It's so much better than sliding. Why is everyone so mean to Hoopa? Oh, here's a fun Pokemon question to ask right here at the end of the stream. Couldn't have been a total conversation point for this whole movie was unbearable. Oh wow. I guess that's why they hate him. If your profession, what you did for a living, were to have Pokemon companions to help you do it, what Pokemon would you choose? What ones would make the most sense to help you make your job easier? As an IT person, I said any of the Porygons. They would work great because, you know, digital stuff. I had 3. The last one was actually Hoopa, because I hate having to drive to the data center. Just take me to the data center. Just take me to the server that has problems. And Rotom. Because of electronics and whatnot. I pick like those 3. Porygon, any of them. Rotom, and Hoopa. What about y'all? What Pokemon would you choose to assist you in your work or livelihood or your daily life. I bet Zeriel's got some that could help him out in hijab. Literally any psychic type. Scyther for cutting grass. Levitate anything. What would you want? Like a Machamp who could lift stuff as well? Or Girder? I bet there could be some steel types that would help you out too. You don't lift too heavy of stuff, but your Pokemon would. I found odd incense. For a drowsy to let you sleep at night? Yeah, a drowsy or a hypno? That'd work well. Hard to understate a good night's sleep. Got a bad feeling about that Claydol. Claydol's here. You who seek to violate these sacred grounds, demonstrate your worth or be smote by my judgment. Our normal Pokemon's nothing to us. Let's take it down. Groan. You who lack the right, be gone from this place lest ye be cast into the void. It dead. I know what dead looks like. Is it Gardevoir that uses a little chest thingy to take away negative emotions? That would be amazing for a therapist or something. Yeah, I forget which one it is, but yeah, that'd be a cool one to have. You beat right up. No, heal me now. Heal me now. Why do I gotta work my way all the way back down to get healed? You're a jerk face. Unless he already healed me. He did. My moves are restored. That's good. However, I think I'm gonna have to save it here. Because there's no way we're doing all this battle in under the time we have left. And guess what? My headset didn't give out, despite Chat Ghost trying to end the stream twice. I'm on to you, Chat Ghost. Let's see, save state. 8-1 saved. I saved an 8.
I didn't do anything, I'm an angel.
You're an angel of death.
Schmeef.
Schmeef. Oh no, you're into Schmeef, are you? Or Smeef. Smeef. I bet you want chicken nuggies too. And my credit card number. I'm on to you. But thank you so much everyone for tuning in. I am glad we got to spend some time together. I'm glad I got to stream again. And I am going to go ahead and sign us out here with some more Moon. Hope you all had a great time. Tomorrow we're having Elise's stream at 7 o'clock, in which we will be playing more Rogue Legacy 2, most likely. No problem. No wands on this stream. But good night, everybody, and I will catch you again tomorrow. And my stream will be returning on Friday if nothing goes sideways again. Oh, work is so much. Goodbye.